else could be inside.
I can't take this. I can't take this. I can't take this.
Welcome to the How To series, where we'll be delving into the characters of My Hero Ultra Rumble, and I'll be trying to offer solid advice to help out newer, or maybe even intermediate players in the game. The game is overrun with max ranks who have fatal breath syndrome and would rather spend their whole fucking day jerking off to Toga x Deku ships and playing those two characters religiously rather than working any job. Jokes aside, it's hard for newcomers to get interested in a game that's filled with really skilled players whilst the noobs are barely playing the game with their own front baby teeth. Anyways, let's get started. Cementoss is part of the support class, increasing recovery items effects. Honestly, this is the shittest upgrade to the team. Not necessarily for the effect, but due to the fact that green cards are one of the best support items in the entire game. But instead you'll have to offer them to your teammates to upgrade their quirks. However, don't let that turn you off from playing support characters, as some of them are insanely cracked, and can provide high potential to the team. And ultimately, get that victory royale. This Minecraft Steve looking stud isn't something to laugh at. Despite most Cementoss players dropping him after getting level 20, he has very high potential that most players tend to neglect for the other high tiers in the game. His alpha consists of throwing big concrete pillars, and is his main source of damage and even mobility. You always aim to get his alpha to level 9, as his pillars become extremely large in size, that your own spouse would stare in awe at how fucking massive they become. They also become really easier to hit opponents, as not only does their length increases, but their width expands as well. His alpha does have a quick cooldown of 3 seconds per pillar, but a whole 10 seconds if you use them all up like a crackhead. This long duration is deadly, so it's wise to use your pillars sparingly rather than using them all up. I almost forgot to mention, but his pillars have an area of effect, where it'll hit any opponents if the pillar is still attempting to rise from the ground. This is great for getting characters who are in your face and you need them off of you, and it could be used to prepare for your next attack by predicting where they'll be after recovering from knockback, etc. His beta consists of a wall that inflicts 119 damage. This is one of his more complex moves, as his walls can actually be tilted with the use of the left analog stick, or W, A, S, D keys. The main ones you would need to know is not moving, or setting your analog stick forwards backwards will result in a straight wall being erected, and setting your analog stick sideways will result in a side wall being erected. However, one major drawback of this ability is there is no armor when setting it up, so you are a sitting duck for many characters to target your balls hanging low and popping them like grapes. At level 4, you get 2 walls rather than 1, and at level 9 you get 3 walls. Unfortunately, you can only have 1 wall at a time, so honestly it's kinda fucking useless all things considered. The cooldown of his walls are 7 seconds, which is fairly quick all things considered. Finally, his gamma consists of a slab and is also a powerhouse of an ability and much more useful than the beta. It shoots out the outline of a slab, before finally filling it up and inflicting some damage to your opponents. His gamma works really well with his pillars, as it gives Cementoss area to cover high up on the high ground, and offers another arsenal to dealing long-ranged attacks. It's also really great at handling hordes of people, as the size of it can turn so fucking huge on level 9 that the level 9 pillar looks like a shrimp dick compared to the choke this slab truly is. However, the cooldown for the slabs are extremely long, with a whopping 22 seconds if both slabs are used. If only one slab is used, then the duration is still 10 seconds, which is still atrocious. The last part of Cementoss kit is his special action, which instantly revives a downed teammate and offers them a surrounding cement wall that knocks back any opponents that are sucking your teammates off. This action is great, as not only is it helpful to revive your teammates in the storm, or when you're unable to due to the swarms of enemies, but you don't even need to be beside them. You only need to be around approximately 10 meters from them and be stationed on the ground. You can even revive them through walls, which is very powerful compared to other characters where you need eyesight of them. In terms of strengths, Cementoss is a powerful defense and assist character in the game and performs really well against ground-based opponents. Cementoss is at his peak whenever he's in industrial based areas, as he is able to secure entrances with ease and manipulate the environment to hit more opponents with his pillars. Cementoss can also offer a ton of variety due to the combos your team could use with the cement he dishes out. For example, Mirio could permeate through his cements and surprise opponents with ease. Endeavour and other wall-piercing characters could shoot through the cement and hit their target, and so much more. However, Cementoss does have a few flaws which really hinders how well his pros are. The most obvious being he has no way to handle aerial-based characters. The most he can do is stall and hide behind his cement to even have a chance at dealing with aerial opponents, or he must be in an area filled with buildings. If not, then you're just fucked. Not only that, but Cementoss isn't a character that dishes out damage quickly. You have to passively chip at their health in order to kill enemies, and finishing enemies with Cementoss feels like you're playing darts whilst you're blacked out. Lastly, Cementoss can cause an annoyance to lies with his cement, and could result in pathways accidentally being blocked, and worst case scenario, they leave the fucking game. Some special tips I could offer before calling it the end of this episode is Cementoss is honestly a fuckling gremlin, and is a perfect character to shove players into the storm, or blocking them inside. Cementoss is also at his peak whenever teammates are around, as he aids the team with the amount of knockback he throws out, and many characters can combo from these knockbacks into some powerful. Thanks to this guide, you may now switch the game you're playing to Fortnite, and outbuild whatever scrub you encounter in your lobbies. Thanks for watching. I'll see if I'll make a how to for every character skill set, but that's if I'm actually motivated to even play Rumble for another bloody game, rather than enjoying my time reading some fantastic literature. Until then.